Last weekend, I played at USA Catan Nationals. This is one of the hardest Catan tournaments in the world. In this video, I'm going to be telling you about how I performed, lessons learned, and things that surprised me, all while playing the top 100 online match. Okay, so I'm playing in the 4th position. So while I'm placing, I'm going to be telling you about how I performed. And I performed rank 8 out of 100, which is okay, it's not bad. I made it to the semifinals. But I think I deserve where I got, but nothing more and nothing less. It really reinforced to me that Catan is very much of a skill game and that I just wasn't good enough to win the entire thing, but also I was better than most of my opponents to be able to make it into the semifinals. So now as 4th position, let's just analyze the board real quick. I think 5-6-9 to 9-10, that's a must do. And then this 9-10 is actually really strong for me. I do need wheat eventually. Let's see, I could also just go all wood of brick. How well does all wood brick go for me? I mean, 5-6-9, this is not bad, really. I lock up all the wood brick, and I think I should have a lockdown for road. But what if I wanted to take something more like 5-6-9, 9-10, 11? That's not too bad, right? And I play off the sheep port and this 2-9-10. That's really not bad at all. I just go in the 9-10, build to the 6-2, build to the 5-2. Or we can simply just do, just all wood brick and shit out a bunch of words. But how do I get a city? That's the hard part. If I, let's say, take this plus this, I think black probably takes, within the wood port, I could see them taking the 4-5-11. Or no, 6-3-11 is probably the best move for them. Yeah, they're more or wheat, and they're just road settle here. And then I think red would probably then take, they're looking for wood wheat. Yeah, probably 4-5-11. That sounds reasonable. And then orange over here to get 2-9-10. So this 3-10-11 is actually surprisingly open. Sometimes it's open. So I could try to be aggressive, since I could see a world where someone decides to do 3-10-11 point downwards, which kills this idea. I'm gonna go with the all road strategy. I'm just gonna say screw it. I'm going with the all road strategy. Yeah, it just seems way more fun. I think it's okay. I think I'm gonna point my road left just so I can try to build here to here. I've been playing too many tryhard games, but still, I think an all road strategy isn't actually that bad, and it's still very, very winnable. Just being able to go 4-11, 9-10. The biggest question though is where the hell are my other settlement spots after I go in the 4-11 and the 9-10? That's a question I'm not actually totally sure about. I just want to be able to get some type of access to ore. That's the biggest thing. I also do need a little bit of sheep. Sheep's kind of rare on this board now I'm thinking about it. I could always take the 2-9-10 to get that rare sheep, or do I take the 3-4-8? I could also take the 9-10-11 and then build all the way here, which locks up the board even more. It's interesting, if I take this, the 3-10-11 is actually going to be open, I think. If I take this, black takes this, I think red probably goes ahead and takes either this or this, and then orange will probably take this or this, or whatever's left, like this or this. That means orange could always do 3-4-8 point down to secure that spot, which I don't really like that much. I think 2-9-10 is probably just the best move, unfortunately. I think this is just the best move. The 2-9-10 point downwards to 6-2. And I think it's okay to start off with this instead of the wood bricks. Though it's pretty justifiable. Both are good. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so black decides, yeah, black can also take the 3-4-8. It's also really good for them too. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I could take all wood brick, but 2-9-10 allows me to get the sheep port, 9-10, and then snake away to my 5-2. And allows me to basically either play or wheat sheep, or it allows me to play longest road. And I really like that flexibility. I was really struggling with the 5-6-9, 3-4-8. How do I get a city in this position, and how do I get all my settlements? And also, how do I make sure I get the longest road? And if I can't answer those questions, it's probably not a winnable setup. So I think this is okay. Maybe you could have started off with the wood brick, but I think because the sheep is so rare, it's totally fine to start off with the or wheat sheep instead. Ooh, and red decides to go for a race. This is pretty interesting since I might be able to sell one of my bricks here against orange. So now I think orange probably takes... Okay, this almost baits orange into taking this. Let's see if they rob red because they're trying to cut him off, but I mean, you already had the road, so there's no need to actually rob red in that position. Okay, now talking just about like my nationals performance. So, one, I really learned that like there's a huge skill gap between the top 1% of players, like, the best players in the world, and the top 10% of players, like basically everyone else. There's a huge, huge skill gap. Do I rush? I think I have to go to the 9-10, maybe 6-2 later, and then 3-10-11 is also really good. Yeah, I have to go to the 9-10 to double up on the brick. It's just too good to not take. And I'm just going to pass. But there's such a massive, massive skill gap. Like, if you look at the final table, everyone there is super, super good. Like, one of the finalists, they've appeared twice in the final table. Another finalist, they also appeared twice in the final table. And the other two players are online players who have a lot of experience in terms of winning tournaments. They absolutely killed it. And then the person who won, he's been grinding for a very, very long time. It's the amount of respect I have for the final table is a lot because they're really, really good. They're very sharp players. I don't think I ever pop a dev card here since I need to save the sheep to settle in the 9-10. So I'm just going to pass here. Another thing is, I think when I was practicing for this tournament, one, I didn't really practice that hard, which is pretty unfortunate, and I really needed to practice a lot more. I was just getting really lazy since I was kind of, running out of passion a little bit. And the main thing I did to practice was basically playing these ranked games. And what that does is it makes me forget about the human element of the game. Since I was just drilling the fundamentals, since I was telling myself, okay, I need to drill the fundamentals, because, you know, that's, at the end of the day, that's what actually pushes the needle to allow you to win the game. And so for me, focusing on the fundamentals were pretty decent, but in order to be the best players in the world, you have to master the fundamentals, you have to master table talk, you have to master tracking, you have to master like a bunch of different elements of the game. You can't just master the fundamentals. I honestly think I came to this tournament not super well prepared, because at other nationals, you know, I'd be studying like multiple hours a day in order to, you know, to try to actually win the entire thing. And this time, I didn't study that much, and I placed decently. And I think, like, I was talking before in a lot of my other videos about the importance of like a Catan solver, and the Catan solver is important. It's very, very good, but it's only good if everyone plays at an extremely high level and doesn't make mistakes. And the truth is, that's just not happening. People are making so many mistakes where the Catan solver becomes irrelevant. Like, I rolled a 7. I think I have to block the 8 brick. That makes the most sense. Do I steal from red or black? Black seems like they're doing better. Red's going for the 3, 10, 11. I think black, since they're a double wheat, double ore, and they're going to be on the wood port, and they could also cut me off to the 6-2. So I think it's actually worth stealing from black here. But I do want to rob from red just because they're threatening this spot. But I don't think I'm actually going to be able to get the spot since red already committed a road, and it's a little bit too dangerous. If I had a road building, then maybe I could jack from red. But I think it's fine to just block this and just rob from black here. Just because I think red has a really hard time winning this. Actually, they just don't have that many settlement spots. After they go 3, 10, 11, maybe road settle here, they're forced to go for road or go for army. People are saying blue's production is not black. Whatever. Let's say non-steal for non-steal. Okay, if he steals from me, okay, it's fine, it's fine. And that spot, I don't think I actually still jack from red. I think it's still black since they have a dev card. Okay, they just hold at 8. I mean, in that spot, you have to trade red. You can't just end, but whatever. So yeah, because most of my training came from ranked games, I really focused on the fundamentals. So I think I played like all my moves very well, but in terms of the human element, in terms of table talking, it wasn't as sharp as it could have been. And the truth is that, like, overall, I thought the skill ceiling would be a lot higher. It wasn't as sharp as I thought. And because the skill ceiling wasn't as sharp as I thought, table talk becomes a lot more important. Because when you're playing at a very high level, table talk starts to matter a lot less. Okay. Oh, you said non-steal for non-steal blue. I should have said yes to that. In this spot, I just do this and I steal from black. And since he stole my sheep, I kind of need it back. Like the sheep's, but it's not too important actually. In this spot, I think I have to double jack from black. I think the 4 makes sense. Or we can really hammer him on the sheep. That's not bad either. I think this is okay. Hammering him on the sheep. The wood's also not too bad either. I think it's okay. But this makes it so I have a stronger monopoly on the sheep. I think this is fine. The next move, I go to the 6-2, 5-2, and I just play out the sheep port from here on out. And I can also just, 6-2, 5-2, and then I can make a decision if I wanted to go for road or if I want to go for army. But after I go 6-2, 5-2, like, setup is very, very flexible since I'm on all these sheep tiles or wheat and a bunch of wood bricks. So I can choose which win condition to go for and choose a path of least resistance in order to win. So on that topic of the skill setting not being as strong as I thought, I mean, if you look at it, right, the top ranked players in online Catan, I mean, they have like a 50% win rate. And right now I have like a 40% win rate aroundish, maybe a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower. But they have a 50% win rate in online. And that means these best players in the world who are online, they have a 50% win rate against other top 100 players, like on a timer with no voice chat. So that means like you're removing a lot of like the skill inside the game because, you know, with voice chat and online in the timer, there's a lot less trades happen and you can do a lot less colluding. So if they have a 50% win rate already, imagine if there was no timer, imagine if it was in person, you can table talk. Like there's so much, you're now introducing even more elements of skill into the game. So I really just think that like the pros can absolutely crush noobs like over and over and over again and over again. And that's why, like, I mean, if you look at it, like the top players in the world, like Bo Peng, I mean, he has like such a dominating win record for a reason. It's not like he just got lucky. I mean, he's just better than everyone else. Like the national champion who won, like the person who won this year and became the national champion. Well, I played against him, like not inside the tournament, but I practiced a lot of games against him. Like he's an absolute shark. He's a super killer. Like he's leagues better than everyone else. It shows me like even now I've been playing this game for a little bit. I'm still very, very far off from like, you know, getting actually good at the game. Like the 9. Yeah, 9 wheat is a fair block. Let's see, I'm going to say my next brick, which kind of hurts me. Just because my next brick actually kills my 6-2, but I think it's totally fine. And then in this spot, do I play a knight card? Yes or no? I might actually not need to play a knight card, just because I already have wheat in hand. And the spot I really want to defend is probably the 9 brick or the 10 ore. 10 ore is a spot I really care about. Yeah, I think it's totally fine. I think it's totally fine to not do it. That giving my next brick to red here, that's a little bit dangerous since, yeah, like I need the 9 brick to be able to road settle. I mean, in this spot, I can simply just port my hand for this. Yeah, I think actually just porting your hand for a dev card, it's probably the best move. And just porting the wood for an ore and popping a dev card. Yeah, I think this is just a good move. I got another knight. Now in this spot, do I want to play my knight card and rob from black? I think so, and the idea is because the 4 just rolled, and I need to defend myself from getting cut off to the 6-2, since I know black really likes that. And I can easily see a world where black just screws me over. This is fine. Yeah, I think this is fine, just doing this and robbing from black. Yeah, and I just need to defend the 6-2 idea. And I stole wood, so that helps out even more. Okay, black's very close to the city now, and I've been robbing the hell out of black just because they're doing really, really well. So basically, what I've learned from the Catan Nationals is, I'm still bad at the game. Although, I perform decently well, I'm still pretty bad in the grand scheme of things. And I think that, most people look up to me, but it's hard to describe how sharp the other players are. I'm not even sure how to describe it. They see things on another level. They track with an extremely high precision. They're able to, see, 10 moves in advance. They're able to, really just persuade people really, really well. Yeah, and they're really able to just persuade really, really well. And they're able to balance things really, really well. They think about the game differently. And the endgame positions, these really complicated endgame positions that very few people have experience with, they are really, really good at those. And that's a very important component of the game is how well can you actually close out the game. And all the top players, they're extremely, extremely good and sharp at their endgames. And that's something you don't really get to that much in ranked games, these really difficult endgame positions, because there's not that much coordination, and there's also, you're under a clock. So you can't really balance the game and feed road 5 times, or you can't feed army or do a lot of these crazy things. That's typical in a normal Catan game. Okay, so red drops another road here. Okay, they had road building. Okay, and this is their knight. So I'll probably get jacked here on the 10 ore. Not the sheep, not the sheep. Okay, wheat's okay. Could be worse. 2 sheep again. I think in this spot, I just have to pass. There's not much I can do. I could try trading sheep for wheat and then popping another dev card. I don't think it's totally worth it though. Yeah, and they're waiting on the 9 so they can get a brick from me. 9's also my own money roll, because if I roll a 9, I can road settle here. 6 rolls. This is red's 3, 10, 11. Don't have this. What if I trade this? Okay. There's a settlement there. I still should be getting jacked, probably on the 5 wood, and I get robbed again. Probably takes my wood. Hopefully not the sheep. I'm just really need to defend the 6-2. That's what I'm scared about, because if I lose a 6-2, that's not good for me. But maybe black doesn't actually go to the 6-2, they go to the 3 ore. That's a very good block by black. Right now, they're doing a very good job pacing this game, since it looks like I'm ahead with largest army, but I think black's actually doing slightly better, just because they're on the double ore. Their position looks less scary, but they have a lot of potential as soon as they actually get over here. So I'm actually very scared about black's position, which is why I've robbed them this entire time. And I'm not sure the table actually has the foresight to see that too, which is a little bit unfortunate. I mean, for what they see is, wow, blue's scary. Blue has, 5 points, black has 3. That means, blue is doing better. We must rob blue. But I think black has a little bit better long-term potential. Okay, now I get the monopoly. That changes things. And that changes things a lot. I think, obviously, I want to mono ore if possible. But since black goes right before me, it's kind of hard to do a fat monopoly on him. It might need to end up monoing wood from orange, since he's going to be overloaded on wood pretty often. So that's what's probably going to happen. If I can mono ore wheat, that would be good. But most likely not going to be able to get that. Okay. Black 7's out, which is pretty good in the spot. Now, I'm probably going to be getting jacked on the 5 wood. I'm probably going to be getting jacked, or the 10 ore. Yeah, 10 ore is actually a little bit better of a block. I'm surprised that red is jacked, but I guess from their point of view, red's not doing bad themselves, right? I'm only at 3 points. Red's production, this 3, 10, 11 is really strong for them, and they can also go for road. Okay, in this spot, not much I can do. Just got to pass. And so, one of the takeaways was to focus on the human element of the game. And playing all these ranked games, well, it doesn't allow me to focus on that. It just drills my fundamentals. So after I finally make it to rank 1, which I have not been playing enough games to actually make it to rank 1, it requires to not only very sharp play, it requires a huge volume of games. And I've only played 30, not very many games. And yeah, I probably had to triple that. And it's I need to play at least 100 games in order to make it to rank 1. And I think it's actually very, very doable. I just need to, play 100 games, which is a lot of time and energy. But after I make it to rank 1, I think that it's probably going to be the end of the series, since I want to focus on playing against, humans and being able to talk with them and being able to play inside of these endgame positions. Okay, this is a dangerous trade because this is the cutoff for black. Yeah, that's dangerous. I got cut off to the 6-2. That's unfortunate because I was saving the brick forever for this. Now this actually bones me really, really hard. Do I still block the 8 brick? Or is it something... I think blocking the 8 brick is fine. This actually totally bones me. Now I just lose the game. Yeah. I don't actually lose the game, but it puts me in a very, very bad position. And I need my settlement spots, and that was a very critical settlement spot. And that would lead to the 5-2. I mean, I saw this coming from a long time away. That's why I blocked this. But was there a spot I could have defended that maybe? Maybe I could have 3-for-1 my wood to defend this. But it was also like a perfect storm, right? The 4 rolled on that orbit, and then the 8 rolled, and then he got the trade to do so. So a little bit ugly. If there was a brick, then I would have spent it. But there was no brick. It's a little bit unfortunate. That really rips my game. And so, yeah, I needed the 6-2. I'm just hoping the opponents recognize that this 6-2 is very, very critical for me to survive. And now I don't have the 6-2. I'm like super boned. And now it's black who's going to do really, really well. Hopefully red gets jacked here. There's also a perfect spot to basically just non-binding and just lie as red. Just like, oh yeah, I'll give it to you. And then, you know, you don't. And then last place gets jacked. Like the spots where you do want to like lie and like, I mean, I know a lot of people don't like it, but the spots where it's perfect to lie is whenever you're in the lead. Because if you're in the lead and you do one of these trades, like extortion trades, right? Like, oh, I won't rob from you if you trade me X. And you say like, yeah, of course. And then you non-binding them. Well, what's the worst they can do? Just rob from me for the rest of the game, which they're already going to do because you're in the lead. So whenever you are ahead, that's actually the perfect time to do a non-binding. And like, you know, once you play enough, you'll start to realize like spots. This guy's probably lying. Why me? See, like, I think that like in their point of view, right? It's like, wow, I'm at 5 points. I'm winning the game, right? But in reality, like my position, it's totally shot once I lose a 6-2. I mean, yeah, see, like, Orange is going to say, I mean, how? But it's because just because I have the largest army doesn't mean anything. My production is shot, I've got plowed, and like everyone else's production is much stronger. Their evaluation of the game is different than mine, so they think I'm the furthest ahead. That's why I got solo block in the 9 brick. But in reality, like, how the hell do I get a city? How the hell do I get my settlement spots? I'm going to be losing largest army to black if I don't defend it properly, which is going to be very, very hard for me to do. And longest road is totally going to go for red. So basically, like, my opponents see this point. I see my long-term objectives are extremely hard for me to get and win. So I think in that spot as red, I'd actually want to be probably blocking something like the 9 wheat and stealing from black. I think that's probably the better move than the 9 brick. The 9 brick, well, you're blocking my brick, but I mean, where the hell do I even expand to anymore? Like the 5-2, which doesn't do jack shit for me. And where the hell does orange really go? Maybe in the 4-3. This is kind of useful for orange, but I'm actually not too afraid of orange. The real threat in this game is actually black. But I think because red made this move, it's going to bite them in the ass, since I think the game is kind of between red and black. And I do have like a backdoor chance if I can get a big monopoly. But other than that, this is going to be a pretty hard game for me to win. So I'm just giving some reasons for red to, you know, not rob from me. So I think red is just not paying attention and it's looking at this, but you know, that's fine. Like we all, you know, not pay attention. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now my opponents are starting to recognize that I'm in last place. And I wonder if do I upgrade the 5-6-9, even though it's the highest spot on the board? I think so, just because it's 13 points, but I'm porting all the wood. Yeah, this is a very critical move. This is such a critical move to defending the 6-2. And I saw it, and I've mentioned it a bunch. But, you know, maybe instead of settling on the 9-10, the right move is to simply just drop another road to the 6-2, which seems really weird. But that could be it, because I need the 6-2 to win really badly, and losing it, oh, it hurts. Okay, he's coming for the ore. Right here, if I got extorted in last place, like, it's a spot where you're kind of forced to lie, since if I basically get extorted and they break my own dev card when I'm in last place, and last place is being extorted, it's just really, really, really ugly. Okay, there's a lot of wood on the board. This is actually not a bad spot to mono. There's a lot of ore in the board. Maybe I can do something like this for 2 wheats. This is not bad if I can get something like this. Or for wheat. Maybe I can try to do something like this for 2 wheats if red wants this, but red's probably going to say no, just take this instead. I mean, this sets me up for the mono, and I do a dirty mono on ore. I think it's fine doing a mono on ore. It's not my favorite monopoly, but it's what's needed to win the game. And I get exactly, I think, 6. It's okay. Monoing 6 ore is not bad here. I want to do a fatter mono, maybe on a wheat, but it's not a bad move here. This is not a bad move. 7 ore. Yeah, this is pretty decent. Let's buy a dev card for sure, then a city. Okay, night card. And then I have to go ahead and certainly do this. The question is, what spot do I city? Yeah, what spot do I city? 2-9-10 is actually not that bad, since I need the wheat, and this is my orbit sheet material machine. This is basically just building more roads. I actually might need to do the 2-9-10 here, which is so ugly. Now, it feels like this is just much better. I think it's just too much production. Like 13 points over 8. I don't know. The 2-9-10 is actually really, really solid here. Yeah, red wasn't paying attention again. I think that's okay for me to do this 5-6-9 over 2-9-10, but this is just everything that I need. But even with this monopoly, I'm still not winning, even though like my opponents might perceive me as winning since I'm at 6 points. I really don't think I am still, just because like my last few points are extremely hard for me to get. And it's a concept like people don't really understand. It's like not all points are even. This is not bad. Or for we would, let's see. And I'm helping red out with this. Puts me to 7. It lets my hand be actionable. Helps him buy dev card. I think it's fine not to take it here. I think it's fine not to take it. Like, they're in bad spots and there's no reason to clear their hand. So I think it's okay to not take the trade. If they want insurance. And if red says no, that's totally fine with me. But in this spot, I think it puts red under 7 cards. So I think it's actually worth it for them. But let's see. But since they want 2 ore now, I don't think I can sell it to them. Do I ever trade 2 ore for this? I think it's too good. I think I just have to say no. I have them 7 out here. See, and once again, my opponents think I'm really that far, but I really don't. I don't think I'm actually that far ahead. I'm just trying to buy more devs because that's the only thing I can do. But I think my opponents are a little too afraid. So I'm just going to have to pass here. Not much I can do. To move it to 6 sheep it was. No, I know there's no reason for me to move it since, especially if I'm being perceived as a threat, I need to be saving the knight. Okay, I'm going to say... Okay, I'm going to do this in anticipation of 7 rolls here. Orange is also doing pretty well. And I'd like to feed road to red if possible. Okay, well, they roll the ore anyways, so that's a little bit unlucky, since now they drop a city. Now I want 2 wheat here, because I think they can afford this too. And this is the city. Or do this, since I'm at 8 cards, doesn't really make sense for me to do any of these. 2 for 2 doesn't make any sense either. Since I'm at over 8 cards, I can still lose half my hand in this spot. This is red city, so I have to charge pretty expensive here. And I know that red can afford this, and I'm the only person with ore in this spot too. If red wants a city, they have to go through me. Yeah, there we go. Wood for... That's not bad. That's not bad. Wood and wheat. I'll take this. Yeah, like, I mean, black doesn't have ore in that spot. They just want a city. And I still got to dodge a 7 here. Yep, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's bad. So I gave red a city in that spot. I don't win the game. How the hell do I win the game? Orange at 8? No way. I'm probably going to get robbed here since it... Okay, there we go. Yeah. I don't think it's even me. I think it's orange. Blacks just needs to get... Yeah, they're buying even more Ds. I think I have to play the knight card for sure. In this spot, I think it's okay to block a spot like this to block both orange and black. Yeah, this is fine to do. And the 3 rolls. Hell yeah. Okay, that's really good. That's really, really good. I have to buy a dev card for sure in this spot. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually very afraid of black since I think they have a victory point here. This is also a fresh knight. And I'm getting a lot of knights, which means there's a lot of non-knights inside the deck. I wonder if I get jacked here too. I probably do, which is unfortunate since he probably steals my ore. But I think as orange here, the right move is actually to block the 8 brick. In my opinion, the right move is orange. You want to block the 8 brick because you really don't want red to take road. And as soon as the 8 rolls, I mean, what's going to happen is red just takes a road. And as orange, like, the way you win this game is you basically just need to, red settle. I'm going to do something like this, so this way it gives me a dev card. And since this way, like, as orange, like, your winning move is you hope that the 8 doesn't ever roll, you road settle, you pull a victory point, or you road settle in city. And that's, like, the way orange moves. Yeah, okay, I forgot I read the 1-for-1. I totally forgot. Well, take it to connect/settle. Do whatever you want with it. It's totally cool. Okay, they get the settlement. Okay, now there's an ore in black's hand. Do I want to be hunting the ore out of black's hand? It's not bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to hunt the ore out of black's hand. Since obviously I don't want to take orange under. I think I just have to do this and steal from black. A little bit ugly. Yeah, I think it's a little bit ugly. The ore is just too good, I think, unfortunately. Okay, roll even more ore. I think in this spot, I have to continue buying Ds. Yeah, I think this is just the best move. Yeah, year plenty is not too bad. There's basically another city for 7 points. I need to draw victory points is a thing. Year plenty for 7. Road settle for 8. 2 VPs. I need victory. Oh, yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Nice. All right, didn't see the message. Okay, cool. And this time, orange does do the 8 brick block correctly. And he does steal from red since they have a high concentration of ore, which is the right move. So yeah, this guy might just be at 9 points here since he just pulled. And I don't have any VPs. This guy could just be close to winning here. That's why I didn't want to take orange under. Just because they might just win the game. So it should be orange here. I think it's the 8 brick, or 8 wheat. Okay, 9 brick is okay, since I still do need it, and they're on the brick port. But I think the 8 just allows them to, draw 3 cards. Okay, and then people are still sucking, like, more dev cards out of the deck, which is kind of bad for me, since I need the dev cards for myself. And, like, they're, like, really are, like, a limited resource. I don't ever year plenty for the wheat here, unfortunately. Yeah, and this 9 big block is so bad, since it's my money roll. So if he had a year plenty, he would have won. It's most likely a VP. Yeah, there we go. And he gets jacked. Red's doing pretty good now. I'm still thinking about how the hell do I win this game? This is tough. I needed the 6-2 so badly. That's such a bad move for me. Now, like, red might just win the game with the VP. This is not good. This is pretty ugly. Now I need orange to extend for sure. Red says they have a knight, but I'm not sure how much I trust my opponents. Also, yeah, orange is probably at 9. And this guy's probably at 8 since I think he has 2 VPs. I think black is holding on to a lot of VPs. But yeah, that means 1 VP is gone, 2 VPs is gone. So that means there's only 2 VPs left. And he monos the brick. That's a terrible move. Unless he's trying to take road himself. Okay, so now he's at 9 himself. That means there are more VPs inside the deck. 9 again. In this spot, I think I can go for the city, but I have to go suck up the VPs now. I've just got to pop twice. That's the only move I can do. I need to get efficient victory points here. I can't even get the city. Yeah, the city just makes me lose for sure. The VP, that's good. Another one. VP. Okay, knight's not the worst thing in the world. Orange doesn't have any winning roles here. Red can actually play a knight here. Okay, on the 6. Yeah, makes sense. And so in this spot, basically, we need red to commit to this spot instead of going to the 4. Oh, I mean, connect's not too bad either. Connect's not bad either. Okay, there we go. That's good. That saves the game. That saves the game just for a little bit. Okay, there's the wood now. Let's see. What do I want to do? There's a lot of sheep in red's hand. Okay, another one. Who has a wheat here? If I can maybe trade away the wheat with black. There we go. Cool. Let me try offering something like this, and I have to go hunting for red's sheep. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go do something like Okay, I just panicked right there. I think I have to go jack from red here. There we go. Cool. This helps me get the 2-5 settle. Do I plow orange or do I plow black now? I think plowing 2-5 is okay. Yeah, I think 2-5 is probably the move here. And then who do I feed my roads to? Actually, oh, dude, I think that's actually... Okay, there's not enough time, but... So I think that's the right move there in that spot isn't to actually plow, since this makes it so I don't have enough time. The right move there is to actually hold on to the roads, feed road to someone else, and buy a dev card. I think that's actually the right move. That might have been a blunder, but I think it's okay, since I still do have winning chances, since it's hard for red to get their last point. I have to dodge 10s though, but this makes it so red holds on to road at 9. That's not good. Yeah, this is a rough position. And so I have a VP, and VP. So that means there's 2 more inside the deck, I think. Well, unless orange just drew one here. Okay, and also, we can hope that red 7's out too. That's not bad either. How do I win? I'm not even close to winning. I think, if anything, you can cut to the 4 wood. They have this anyways. Cool. Oh, they're trying to take road themselves. Okay. I guess they want to take road. Brick for wheat's not bad. Okay, so now they're at 9 points. Okay, perfect. Okay, so cutting off to the 2-5 was fine. Okay, Okay, so now they're at 9 points. No 6s. Oh, no. Okay. What do I do with this hand now? Fuck it, I'm gonna go for the city. I think that's okay. Oh man, there's a lot of options here. These are the endgame decisions that I'm never sure about. I think the best move there is actually just to pop a dev card and hold the bricks for red. I think that's probably the right move. And so I think I might have iced red where they don't trade with me anymore. Okay, black, there we go. We got 8 rules. Oh yes, the 6 is blocked. Okay. That's good. It's black had the sheep port, but they still can win with the 4. So I need to feed road now. Okay. 6s are actually okay. 9 ball. Yes. Okay. Wait, you can't just end red. No. Do they have it? I think they're 1 card off, or they have it. No, red ended the turn too fast. And that spot. Oh my god, never luck. Dang it. I was close. I was so close. Okay. And that spot, what needed to happen, right, was red gave up too early. We do 100% feed red the roads in that spot. But also, maybe, like, if this is a live game where you could just talk with the humans a lot more, rather than just, like, no, red rage quitting. In that spot, I think it might be worth it to pull the victory point, or just pull it from the dev card, hold on to the bricks, to make sure that red gets road back, since it gives you another turn. But that comes with the sacrifice of breaking your own city, which is absolutely terrible, because, you know, that's really hard for you to get. That's a little bit unfortunate, since on my turn, I did have winning rolls, I think. Yeah, on my turn, if I roll any 9, 5, 10, 6, or 2, all those are my winning rolls. Yeah, the 8 is actually a losing roll, since he needs the brick to settle here. The 8, 4, 3, 9 was black's winning rolls in that spot. So I think if I could guarantee on my turn that, you know, red would extend, and then, like, red wouldn't rage quit, then I think in that spot, it's better to simply hold the roads, not build a city, to make sure that red actually, you know, can extend, because that gives me a lot more time, and it basically burns the maximum amount of cards. But I felt that, like, red in that spot, they're going to end their turn really quickly, and that hunch was correct, because red did end the turn really quickly. But maybe if I told red, like, wait, I've got the bricks, you know, like, hey, don't end your turn, I can guarantee you to get 9 points. Maybe so, because in this spot, red actually has very much of a winning chance. Like, I mean, in the red spot, like, if you just build 2 roads, what happens is you get 10, 11 roads. And what happens is, if you look at black's position, well, the maximum run length is only 11 roads. So as soon as red builds these 2 roads over here, now red's in contention to win the game. So now the chances flip from black to red, because black basically can't win the game anymore. They have to build a 10. So I think in that spot, it's really, really critical for red to not give up. I mean, in general, in this game, they showed that they weren't really paying attention that much. So, like, I was like, how much do I trust red to massively spike their win percentage? But that's the thing, like, this is like an in-person game. You could really control that to maximize my own win percentage while pulling the strings between red and black so they can maximize their own win percentages, and hopefully giving me enough time to actually win the game. Anyways, that was a really fun game. Even though I lost, I didn't think I would be able to win this game as soon as I got plowed. And well, I mean, I didn't win this game, but I did get close, whereas I had a lot of winning rolls. In terms of VPs, so black did have a VP, red didn't have a VP, and orange also had a VP. So that means there's 2 more victory points inside the deck, and there's a total of 17 dev cards. So there's a 2 out of 7 chance I could draw a victory point in that spot. If this was a live game in general, then I would totally hold on to the roads to make sure that red can, take the longest road, since I don't actually have to feed red the roads in the case that they roll, let's say, like an 8 on their turn, where they can go ahead and build the roads themselves. But in general, I think I just have to make sure that red builds these 2 roads to lock it, just so I can reduce black's winning rolls, so I can extend the game just by 1 or 2 more orbits, which is exactly what I need to actually win the game myself. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.